cannot space travel within his own lunchtime, sleepless nights stepped into his rusty hauler and vanished. He arrived to find himself trapped on the rim, stranded in a handful of systems that were not his own, and driven by a childlike need to change his vessel for the better. His only companion on this journey is Amki, his wife from the real world, who appears only as a reflection that he cannot see or hear. And so Sleepless Night finds himself leaping from star to star, striving to put right what he made wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.
Be critical. Our integrity critical.
Oh boy.
Eject. Eject.
So there you go. Turns out they come down on you pretty hard around here when you don't return those library books. You know, librarian was rude. I said, I'm not returning those library books. They said, oh yeah? We'll just see about that. No, actually, the guy that killed me in the Viper there was a result of me being rather cocky and thinking I could take this guy on. This is going to be a piece of cake. Turns out, not so much.
Warning. Landing gear not deployed.
The landing gear is deployed already. I've told you. Whoops. 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 Getting a bit enthusiastic about the throttle there.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So, welcome back. It's been a while, so I hope you like the Quantum Leap intro there. That was pretty awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. Actually came about as a result of a thing in the Elite Dangerous Facebook fan page the other day. Let's go inside the hangar. So the other day on the Elite Dangerous Facebook fan page, they posted and said, oh, what are you going to be doing this weekend? Now, as it happens, what I was going to be doing that weekend is that I got stuck in this little collection of systems a little bit far out on the rim. And I'll explain why in a minute. And I said, oh, I'm going to move on from there and hope each time that my next leap will be the leap home. Haha, and just made an off-the-cuff remark. And I just suddenly, bing, I got an idea. And they sort of responded saying, oh, yeah, something, making a Quantum Leap reference. And I thought, wait, I just got this idea to make the intro for the video. And I thought that would be awesome. So, maybe, there'll be more movie and TV themed stuff to come. So thank you. Actually, now look at that. I portrayed my wife as a bit naggy in that little intro there. Not at all. She is an absolutely wonderful woman, and to prove it, she was the one who completely recreated the Quantum Leap intro theme on a little downloadable PC keyboard thing. So a little downloadable PC MIDI player thing, little synth. She completely, just for free, that we got off the internet, and she completely recreated the Quantum Leap theme in this little synth so that I could make this video. So that's what am I coming in here for? Oh my god. Incidentally, whoa, that's taking a bit of a battering. Incidentally, this you should know that I'm, the kind of guy that's really, really big on audio when it comes to film and TV and even online video. Audio is half the battle. So if you're watching this without your headphones in, or you're watching it on really, really crappy little laptop or monitor speakers, shame on you. Get some decent headphones, plug them in, and let's see what you got. You can give it a listen. So I'll show you what happened. And that isn't just so you can hear my lovely soothing voice, by the way. It's just because, if if you're not watching or you're not playing Elite Dangerous with some of the headphones or some decent sound system, so you can't really appreciate the awesome sound design in this game. It's just, then you know you're doing yourself and the game a disservice, because the sound design in this thing is just awesome. It's not just awesome visuals. All those visuals, by the way, on the opening of this game, they were all taken through the roof of the cockpit of my little Sidewinder here. So what happened was that I came all the way out here, right? So I came all the way out here in a hauler. I bought myself a hauler, and I came all the way out here to this system. And then, so the reason I'm stuck is actually not an in-game thing, it's just purely stubbornness, really. I came all the way out here in a hauler, and then I traded it in. I did a couple of runs, and I traded it in for a Sidewinder, right? Love moving around in a Sidewinder. It turns out that you can't really go very far in a Sidewinder. So I got stuck here, and then I got into that fight that you just saw there. Boom, 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 boom. I'm dead, and now, as a consequence, I'm back in a Sidewinder. So that's a bit of a pain. Let's go out to... I think we got to this system. Because... Wow... What's going on here? So here we go. Oh, that's Jenna plant, right? And Volkov. Let's go to Volkov. So Volkov's a really pretty thing. It's Volkov's an Acellus starport, so which you saw in the video there. So yeah, Volkov's an Acellus starport. This new sort of starport thing that they've introduced in this one. So let's head straight out. Let's see if anybody wants us to take anything there while we are at it. So we're going to the bulletin board. Wow, looking for couriers. No, they want to go to Jenna. Now, this is very, very important. If you're thinking like I was, right, that you get quite a few of these little courier runs, right? So quite a few scrap hauliers to Volkov plant. If I take that, am I going to be able to make it to Volkov? You know, what the hell, let's take it anyway. So yeah, don't think that as I did, because you've got three, you know, you've got Jenna plant, you've got Volkov plant, and I can't remember what the other one is. Huygens settlement, I think. And if you're thinking like I did, that you'll pick up, which I normally do, you'll pick up several of these little courier runs to go to these places and drop them all off. Yeah, that's not going to happen at LFT 1421. And when we get there, I'll show you why. So you don't want to pick up one. It's all right picking up one for Huygens settlement and one for Volkov. That's fine, but you don't want to pick one up for Jenna plant and either of the other stations. So where does this want to go? That wants to go to Volkov plant as well. So that's 39 minutes. Right, now, as I'm about to explain, if we were going to get there in 39 minutes, we're going to have to leave, like, now. That seems extreme, but as you will see when we get there, it's all dark in here. Now, I'm kind of getting used to the colour. I haven't really... So that I could capture sort of video better through the cockpit of the Sidewinder here, I adjusted the gamma settings on the visual the other day, because as much as I love Elite Dangerous, there's one thing that they just seem to keep doing.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
That is wonderful, and you know, it adds realism and all those kind of things. Let's just pull up the landing gear. It adds realism and all those things. And that is that they keep adjusting the bloom on the cockpit, right? So the little sort of the bloom that you get on the cockpit, get off. The bloom that you get on the cockpit, you can see round. You can't really see very well now because I've adjusted the gamma probably. But this little sort of bloom that you get on the cockpit, they keep adjusting that. Maybe I'm imagining things, but and which is great, but it makes it very difficult. So when you want to make elite videos, this is one of the only things that the Sidewinder is good for once you get off the base level. It's because it is the only ship that I'm aware of that you can actually look straight through the cockpit and make videos, and it looks like, you know, I mean, look at that, it's gorgeous. I mean, I just hate to think what you could do with a computer that was actually decent. My computer is not a very, very powerful thing. My GPU is, well, when I say old, it's a year old. That's pretty much old in computer terms, isn't it, really? So, we need to go by B wide Cronus. We better get out of here because 39 minutes, as I was about to explain in a moment, is not a very long time. Dum dum dum, what the hell? Oh. I unlocked the destination. Concentrate on what you're doing, buddy. So, let's...
Drive charging.
Thank you. Don't go over there, though. Don't want to see that. Oh, I pressed key 1. I've moved my hyperdrive key to the tilde key because the J key's right in the middle and the tilde key is just easier for me to reach from here. So, I've moved it across.
3, 2,
I'll see you in a moment. Whee! So here we are. Oops. And this is where I will show you why. Oh no. Oh my god. You know, if you've watched any of my videos before, you're probably already aware that multitasking is not my forte. It's always very difficult for me to do more than one thing at the there you go. Can you see all that? The cockpit sort of scratchy bloominess. I mean, that's because we're in close proximity to this star, but all that makes it very difficult when you're trying to make sort of videos, because you want the highest render settings and everything because you want to make the video look good, but when you have this turned on, it makes it rather difficult to make these videos and look like you're sort of watching things from outside, which of course if you're making these sort of videos, that's what you want to do, especially in a game as pretty as this one. Yeah, so let's just go.
Drive charging.
Right, so here you can start to get an idea of the problem. You see, if you pick up a thing for Jenna Plant, right? Well, Jenna Plant is 1,594 light seconds from here. However, you will always, unless there's some way of doing this in Elite that I'm missing, because this is a binary system, right? So if we go into the map, boing. We're going to the... Actually, I should have just gone into the system map from out there, really. You can do that now, of course. There you go. So you just go to system map. So you get the system map. You see, this is a binary system. And, you know, the planets orbiting all the way out here. Gas giants. So on. And here is Jenna Plant, right? And that seems like a long way away. If you've been to other stars, you'll know that like 1,500 light seconds. That's a long way to travel to get somewhere in this game. But if you think that's a long way away, whoa, these out here, they're a very long way away. Now, if there is some way in Elite Dangerous to jump to one star or the other in a binary system, if there isn't, maybe there's some plan to do that in the future, because this, I know that it's very realistic or more realistic, I guess. Should be what I was saying there. So we're going out to... so look, Volkov Plant, that's our destination. And it is... it is 750,000 light seconds from here. And trust me when I tell you, that is a long, long trip. So obviously I am not going to put you through this entire trip, make you suffer through this entire trip going out there. Because that's pretty harsh, I think. But what I'll just show you is I'll talk to you as we go sort of slowly to accelerate, and as we get towards, you know, maximum acceleration, you'll get an idea of just why you can't accept more than one of these at a time, even if it says, how long have we got? Yeah, see, we got 45 minutes. Okay. Oops. Did I accidentally pick up a thing for... Right, I accidentally picked up a thing for Jenna Plant, and we are not going to be able to do that. Now, 45 minutes we had to do that in. I know you're thinking to yourself, well, that's an awfully long time, that seems like a lot. But we only have 32 minutes to reach Volkov plant. Now, I am obviously, as I said, I'm not going to make you suffer through the whole thing, but trust me when I tell you that 32 minutes to reach a system that is over 750,000 light seconds away is only just long enough. It takes a really long time to travel that distance, because obviously you have to take into account the amount of time it takes to decelerate, not just to accelerate. So if you look here, so many of you be familiar, if you've been travelling within the systems, you might get up to sort of 55 times the speed of light, which we are now, 58. You might get up to 100 times the speed of light, 110, something like that, right? But when I'm on the way out here, I usually, as I will show you in a moment, I'll get up to well over 1,000 times the speed of light. Because that is necessary to reach the other star in this system. So that's what makes this really tedious. And trust me when I tell you I've had an awful lot of practice, because of course, as I said before, I went and got myself stranded out here in this system. So, hopefully, by the next time you see me I won't be. Oops. Get off. So, just to tell you a few things while we're going here, as I say, I'm not going to make you go through the whole thing, I'll cut and edit, but just a few things to tell you before we go out there. Oh, by the way, I did mention before that I was having a lot of problems with my game capture card, right? Now, the sync problems that I was having before, they were nothing to do with my game capture card, right? You can fit, I've told you before, you can fit my extensive knowledge about computers probably on the back of a matchbook. But they were actually nothing to do with my game capture card. No, the game capture software I was using at the time was free, and so I went looking at other game captures. I'm now using Realist Action, which of course is not free, but it's ridiculously cheap. So I went looking at other game captures before discovering, finally, that in actual fact, the problem was nothing to do with the game capture card. It wasn't anything to do with the game capture software. It wasn't anything to do with the game capture software, which is free. It wasn't anything to do with my audio software, Audacity, which is free. What it had to do with was the £250 per year. No, that was an accident. The £250 per year editing software. That's what was causing the problem. It just can't deal with the variable frame rates that you get when you're capturing from game. So now then, there is another ship I mentioned before. So in beta 2.06, so you look down in the bottom corner, you see yesterday they came out with beta 2.06, and since beta 2 there's been a new ship, the ASP, right? Which if I can dig out a little bit of video, I'll flash you up some video of the ASP leaving a station or something. So there you go, that's the ASP. But the reason I haven't done as I did in Beta 1, in the Beta 1 series, and worked my way up so that I can show you that vessel, is because Beta 3 is due to be released on the 28th of this month. So I really don't think, unless I sat here and did this all the time, I really don't think I'd have the time. And those of you following me will know that I work almost exclusively in voiceover work now. So I have a lot of new work. I have a new voiceover job that's keeping me pretty busy. I can't do this all the time. I wish I could, believe me. But so I won't really have the time to work my way up to an ASP because it's really expensive. I think it's about 6 million. It's about the price the Anaconda used to be. And I won't have the time or the money to work my way up to that point before October 28th, particularly because tomorrow I'm going to the UK for a few days and I won't be back till next week. So I might only have time to make one more video in Beta 2 before Beta 3 comes out, and I assume we're all going to be reset again when Beta 3 comes out. So, oops, sorry about that. So I didn't make... the other reason I mentioned in the last video that I was going to make a hauler video, the reason I traded that one in once I got out here is because, of course, they've redesigned all of that as well. And the hauler, I think now, I can't remember how many cargo canisters it had before now. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. How many cargo canisters did it have? I don't know. Was it 100? Or was that? No, that's the Lake on Type 6. I can't remember. But anyway, it's got 8 now. I don't know if that's the same as it was before. But yeah, I didn't make a haul of video for that reason. It wasn't really making me enough money, and I traded it in and got the Viper, and then I got blown up, and I'm stuck in a Sidewinder, which, is pretty useless compared to the Viper, except for the fact that, of course, you can... Get off. You can make these awesome videos, you can use to sort of look through your canopy completely. So the Sidewinder at this point in time is the only ship that's any good for that. But I think there are plans, probably not in Beta 3, but in the final release, to do like an external cam so that you can see these things. That'll be great for the people like me who like elite videos. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that's in the Beta 3 release, which comes out later this year. So just before I cut and go towards Volkov Plan, there you go, look at that. We're now going 750 times the speed of light. And according to my little heads-up display there, it's still going to take me another 14 minutes to get there. Now, I should get a little bit faster. I'll get up to probably just over 1,000 times the speed of light, like 1,020 or something like that, maybe. But then, of course, it'll have to start decelerating so that I don't overshoot and go into the next universe or something. So, 15 minutes is about accurate. That's probably how long it's going to take. How long have we got to do the mission? We've got another 26 minutes, so we've got plenty of time. But yeah, this is why you don't do these two things. So, I will see you at Volkov Plant in a minute. I'm not going to check out this unidentified signal source, because as much as I'd love to, it'll take me half an hour to accelerate back up to the right speed if I drop out of Supercruise. Now, if you get interdicted while you're doing this, by the way, you're just boned. That's just... it's not going to happen. Video, not going to work. Or the mission, not going to work. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute, or about 15 minutes as it turns out. So here we are, approaching Volkov Plant. This beautiful Ocellus Starport hanging there. I don't know how this is all looking, by the way, on the thing, because as I said yesterday, I adjusted the gamma settings, so I don't know how it's going to look on the capture. I always think that the real problem with doing video game captures on a computer like mine, which is not the most powerful thing in the world, is that all the beautiful... I mean, that looks incredible on my monitor. I don't know what it looks going to look like on the game capture, but the incredible, beautiful, deep colours... it certainly seems to work for me in the cockpit. It seems, I don't know how it's going to look on the game capture finalised, but in here it looks very, very dark. And I like that about space. I like my space like I like my coffee. Not too cold and full of twinkly bits, apparently. Boom! Volkov Plant. A plant named Volkov. Okay. So, wow, yeah. Tweaking those gamma settings certainly does seem to have done the trick. But maybe I am talking out of my bottom. I have been known to do that in the past. Look at that. That's beautiful. Ocellus Starport there. This is a new feature of Beta 2. One of the new starports, as well as the outposts, of course, which is where we started off. Where did we start off? Was it Bradley's Inheritance? Or Holland's Progress, I think it was where we started off today, but yeah, there you go. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, innit? Gorgeous. So, you can't see this, but my lovely wife has joined me now. She's just come back home. As I said before, she's not the naggy person in the video. She's absolutely a very, very wonderful, wonderful woman. Is that right? Is that all I had to say? No. She is actually. She's amazing, and as if to prove it, all that Quantum Leap intro music, she recreated all of that from scratch. So she created that from nothing on the little free downloadable PC synthesizer that we had. Oh my god, this thing looks amazing. Wow. It's awesome. The name of the place is Babylon 5. Yeah, anybody else getting that feeling? Look at that. Actually, it looks like, what's the other one? Like the more bulbousy sort of Babylon 3, 4, something like that. And it was. Yes, my wife created the Quantum Leap intro, but she was also the voice there. The narration, the little Quantum Leap voiceover that we got there, that was her too. My lovely wife, Amki. Oh shit, that wasn't good. Okay, maybe having tweaked those... Oh, flipping heck. I'm not supposed to be in here.
Detecting hostile scan.
So, what did I say earlier about multitasking? I'm not good at it, am I? Oh, got 7 more minutes to complete this mission.
Request granted.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Now we can go in. So, also we banged into that hauler. So maybe I tweaked those gamma settings a little bit too much. Because I didn't even see there was a ship there until I smacked into him. Well, until I almost smacked into him. There he is. He looks alright. Sorry, mate. Let's head. Here we go. We don't want to get a... landing it. We don't want to get a pad loitering warning, do we?
Warning. Landing gear not
Yes,
deployed.
it is. Yeah, we don't want to get a pad... See, I was joking earlier on about the, returning the library books thing, but that's not as silly as it might seem. In the late dangerous world, that's not as daft as it sounds. Because, just pad loitering, just hanging around by a pad that you're not supposed to be at, apparently can incur a lethal...
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Ow. Incidentally, for a shout out to anybody from Elite, from Frontier there, they got that little glitchy thing that seems to be going on here at Volkov plant. I don't know if that happens anywhere else, but... yeah, so, hanging around by a landing pad that you're not cleared to land at can apparently incur a lethal response, so, they do... They have been known to be a little bit harsh with their punishments. Doom. So there you go. Whee. So, we are... Let's turn in these... Wow. Oh, no, I haven't got any stellar maps or anything, any information to sell to Unicar. But let's see, apparently... Oh, yeah. Apparently the update from yesterday, the Beta 206, was supposed to increase the speed at which you can access Unicar, and it does seem to have. So, let's collect our cash. Boing. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. It's gonna get me one step closer to that leap home. So maybe you'll see that in the next thing. I'll tell you what. Let's just go into outfitting a second. Oh, she doesn't look good, does she? The old girl. Seen better day. Oh man. Okay, a shout out to anybody from Frontier. This wear and tear that they've done now, look, with the paint job. It's awesome. I think it's a brilliant idea, but I tend to think that any culture sufficiently advanced to have come up with faster than light travel might have also come up with a paint job that could withstand faster than light travel a little bit, because I haven't been in any fights. Alright, I did clang into a hauler there on the way in, but the wear and tear needs a little bit of work. But yeah, it's a good step forward anyway. Now we're going to let's go to the galaxy map just before I leave you here. So yeah, I might need to retweak those gamma settings just a little. It is a bit too dark, isn't it? It made it too dark. So this, for your information, referencing the early part of the video, this is the handful of systems in which I have become stuck. I can't really get... See, from here, from LHS 3343, all I can do is get back here. So from here, all I can get is to Melina, G20538, and BY Draconis. From BY Draconis, I can only get to NLTT and 46621. From there, all I can do is get back where I came from, From here, all I can do is get to Melina or LFT, and from Melina, all I can do is get to BY. So, you know, I can't, in a Sidewinder, like, fitted out the way it is at least, I can't get back from these systems. In a, what did I say then? Sidewinder. That was the right word. Sidewinder, yeah, not Viper. I blew up the Viper. But yeah, in a Sidewinder kitted out the way this is, I can't get home, and I certainly can't get back in a Viper. You know, I could spy a hauler and head back, but I want to see if there's anywhere to sort of upgrade my engines. Look, so you can see the 2 stars there, this binary system that we're in now. They're quite a long way apart. There should be, in my opinion, some way to select from the system view, perhaps. Oh, idiot. To select from the system view 1 star or the other to sort of hyperspace 2. Since you drop in quite close, so it should be possible. So that's it for this video anyway. I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed it. The Quantum Leap thing was awesome. We had a lot of fun making it, and there will definitely, in the future, at some point, there'll be some other, you know, maybe Star Wars themed ones, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, what else we got? Firefly, things like that. Firefly, that's a good one. Star Wars, yeah, obviously it's a good one. That'll be a popular one, especially next year. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a few of those. There are also some other Sleepless Night announcements coming up in the next 6 months or so, including one very, very big one, which will come, I think, later this year. How much impact will it make on your lives? Probably none at all. But yes. If you load the Quantum Leap video there, as I say, it came about as a thought that I had once responding to one of the comments on the Elite Dangerous Facebook fan page, for which I'll put a link in the description. And links in the description also to my Facebook page, to Sleepless Night Facebook fan page, which you can find. I'll put a link in the description here, and to my Twitter page as well. Also, not just my videos, but don't forget to check out the 3 guys that I mention most often here, the 3 elite video makers that I follow quite often. That's Ice and Nona. They're featured quite often in the Elite newsletter, and of course Sparrow with a Gun over at Sleepless Night Studios. Don't get the 2 mixed up. He is Sparrow with a Gun at Sleepless Night Studios. I am Sleepless Night and Sleepless Night Films, so don't get the 2 mixed up. And the other one, of course, the astronomer, the man who knows everything. So if you want to watch, it's really, really fun to watch his videos. If you want to watch, go across to Scott Manley's channel. I'll put a link in the description there as well. Scott Manley's tremendous fun to watch because he is an astronomer. The guy knows what he's talking about. So it's really, really fun to watch someone fly around playing this game and telling you all about the different star systems and why this would happen and why that would happen, and yeah, so it's always fun to watch him. Until next time, I'll see you when I get back from the UK. What I'll probably do, I may make one more Elite Dangerous video before Beta 3 comes out, but Beta 3 comes out on the 28th of October, so if you haven't yet bought into the Elite Dangerous world, do it, and I will see you out there if you do. We're going to have a lot of fun. I think we'll be reset at Beta 3, and I'll see you next time. I'm going now.